This is Sony 135mm telephoto lens. Comes nicely packed. This lens is designed for Sony E-mount cameras. Comes with a lens case. There you go. The design is compact and this is lightweight. The length is just about 6 inches. The material feels solid and this is dust and moisture resistant. This lens is from the G Master series and it produces a beautiful and smooth bokeh. This has f1.8 large aperture and it delivers impressive corner-to-corner resolution. Here is the focus hold button. Simply press here and release the shutter on the fixed focus. Use this to switch between auto and manual modes. Slide this focus range limiter to select the desired focus range. This is the aperture click switch. Here is the focus ring. You can adjust the amount of light by rotating the aperture ring. And when you align A on the aperture scale, the camera sets the exposure. This lens will only work with Sony E-mount camera bodies. This lens has Super ED glass for high resolution throughout the image area. This also has nano AR coating to minimize flare and ghosting. The filter size is 82mm. Comes with a lens hood. Let's try it now. We will use Sony Alpha 7 II for the demo. There you go. The size is compact and this lens is a great choice for both stills and movies. We will try it outdoors. This lens has dual front and rear XD linear motors for fast and precise autofocus. The image quality looks extremely sharp and the results are impressive. Loaded with features such as ED glass elements, circular 11-blade aperture, and 2 XD linear motors, this lens is a great choice for portraits and landscapes, and this is highly recommended. This is Sony 24mm F1.4 wide-angle prime lens. The one I have here is for Sony FE mount. With constant 1.4 aperture, this wide-angle lens provides extraordinary exposure and depth of field. This is ideal for landscape, nature, and street photography. Let's see the build. Solid construction. The high quality you'd expect from a GM lens. This is decent size lens, and this is lightweight because of the plastic. The weight is about 15.7 ounces. Comes with this lens hood. Filter size is 67mm. Here is the focus mode switch. And this is focus hold button. One cool feature here is this click switch. This allows you to declick the aperture for when you're shooting video. For the demo, I will be using this Sony Alpha 7R4. An amazing 35mm full-frame camera with 61 megapixels. Let's try this lens now. The constant 1.4 maximum aperture is great for working in low light conditions. The bokeh this lens produces is really beautiful. F1.4 at 24mm is impressive. You can see the high degree of image sharpness and clarity. Two direct drive SSM autofocus groups offer quick, quiet, and precise focusing performance. This is ideal for both stills and video photography. G Master design combines extraordinary sharpness and smooth bokeh. Overall, this is sharp, with all-round performance. Highly recommended. This is Sony FE 50mm prime lens. This lens is designed for Sony E-mount cameras. There you go. This is an ultra-compact lens, and the weight is only 6.1 ounces. The length is about 3.5 inches. The material here is aluminum, and this feels very well constructed. This has f2.5 max aperture, which is great for low-light photography and shallow depth of field. Here is the focus mode switch. You can select between auto and manual modes. This is the focus hold button. Here is the focusing ring. And rotate this aperture ring to adjust the amount of light. This is the aperture click switch. Switch it off when shooting movies. Comes with a lens hood to help reduce flare. And an instruction manual. The filter diameter is 49mm. Let's try this lens with Sony A7 IV camera. This lens has 3 aspheric elements, and the autofocus seems fast and accurate. Image quality is extremely sharp and impressive. Let's try on manual mode. This works with both full-frame or APS-C cameras, and is highly recommended. This is Sony FE 40mm prime lens. This is designed for the Sony E-mount body. There you go. The lens is ultra-compact and the weight is only 6.2 ounces. The length is about 3.5 inches. The material feels solid, and this is very well constructed. This is a focus mode switch. Select between auto and manual focus modes. Here is the focus hold button. This will lock the focus. This is the focusing ring. Adjust the amount of light by rotating this aperture ring. This is the aperture click switch. Switch this off when shooting movies. This lens has f2.5 max aperture, which is ideal for low-light photography and shallow depth of field. Here is the lens hood. This helps in reducing flare. The filter diameter is 49mm. This has a 7-blade circular aperture for perfect image quality. Comes with an instruction manual. Let's try this lens with Sony A7 IV camera. The lens has 2 linear motors for fast autofocus. Let's try on manual mode. Linear response manual focus works great. This lens works great for both full-frame or APS-C camera bodies, and is highly recommended.